Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to do a chart analysis here on Avalanche. Ticker for this is AVAX, and I'm currently on a weekly time frame. Okay, this one, as you can see, is trading very technically. We have this downsloping level of resistance, which is the current level of resistance right now. We also have this horizontal line of resistance right here at the top of these candle bodies. Actually, if you want to trade this, definitely I recommend taking a horizontal ray or horizontal trend line and just pasting it right at the top of this candle body right here. So this resistance zone that we are approaching has confluence, right? Confluence from the downsloping level of resistance and confluence from this previous high rate here. And that is around $28.56. So not very far off from where we are right now. Our local level of support is going to be right here. So again, just take a horizontal ray or horizontal trend line and paste it right at the top of these candle bodies right here. So you see it was resistance right here. When we came back up to it, we got rejected from it again. Rejected from it again right here. And just recently, we broke out of it. And when we broke out of it, look at the following week candles. So we sold all the way back below it. But by the time the candle closed on Sunday evening, the bull stepped in and defended the level, and the candle body closed above this level. So it is around about $21. Okay. The following week, pretty much the same thing happened. We sold off, but the body of the candle closed above this level on Sunday evening. Okay, so the current trading zone is essentially right here. So it's this downsloping level of resistance, and this is going to be the level of support. If we just trade within it for a while, even if we break this downsloping level of resistance, we still have this one right here. However, I do think this trend line is the one to break. Okay, you'll also see that right here we had a descending channel. Okay, so the price was just bouncing around this range for quite a while. Now, before we broke out of here, we got an early warning sign that the bulls were about to take control, and that came in the form of a bullish divergence. So if you look right here, we had a low on the oscillator, then a higher low, and again, all the way from June 2022, and then right here, September 2023. So long time frame here on the weekly. But if you contrast that with what was happening on the price, so the price was making lower lows while this oscillator was making higher lows. So again, that's just called a bullish divergence, and especially here on the weekly time frame, it's a very strong signal. I pretty much always look at these indicators and look for divergences when I'm trying to see if a trend is going to reverse. Okay, so you see that we're at a confluent level of resistance. Again, this horizontal resistance and this downsloping level of resistance at around $28.50. So the question becomes, how would we play this? Now, personally, I wouldn't look to enter a long rate here. If I had to enter a trade on Avalanche right now, it would be a short position with a stop loss above the resistance levels and also a stop loss above this previous wick. And my target on that would be this support level. I'm not personally going to take it because I do feel that the market's very bullish right now. So I'm just looking for long trades. However, just out of curiosity, I want to see what kind of R&R this potential trade setup would get me. So short position tool, if I entered where we are right now, stop loss above this prior wick right here and these resistance levels, and then my take profit would be back down here at this previous level of resistance. But yeah, this is not even a good trade. Risk reward ratio of 1 to 1.37. I would have to risk over 15% to potentially get over 21% to the downside. So that's a trade I'm definitely not going to take. My move here is just to wait to see if we get a break of these resistance levels, and I'll look to buy a retest. So for example, if you look down here at this descending channel, we had the upper line, the upper resistance line, very similar to this right here. When the price broke above it, we did come back and retest this level of resistance as a support. So that's what this long wick indicates. Sellers came in, push it all the way back down here, but there were a lot of buyers waiting right here to buy the retest, and this is a successful resistance to support flip. Let's look at that on a smaller time frame. Take that down to the daily. Yeah, you see right here, broke above it, and then we came back, retested it, and this is where I would have wanted to get in if I was paying attention to it. And likewise, if we're able to break above this key level on the weekly time frame, when and if we pull back to this downsloping level of resistance, that's when I'm going to want to enter. And then my ideal target off that is going to be right up here at around $100. So I'll just mark that out. We're going to have some roadblocks on the way there, likely right around this range. This former level of support will likely act as a level of resistance. Another thing you can do is you can look for Fibonacci retracement levels. So just grab it from the high down to the low, and that's going to give you these projections. So right here, this golden pocket range lines up with the level that I just mentioned, this former level of support. So that's between approximately $50 and $54. There's another level here at the 50%, around $35. However, we don't have that much confluence at this level with the price. Of course, it's possible that if we break the level of resistance that's holding us down right now, come up to the 50, that's where we get a sell-off, a retrace back down to retest this former level of resistance as support, and then work our way up to the golden pocket, and then ultimately the top of these candle bodies right here. That's kind of how I foresee it going. However, this is a no trade zone for me right now just because we are so close to the resistance. I'm waiting again for a break, a weekly candle close above, and then I'm looking to enter on a retest. And I should clarify here, I think that we are entering a bull market. So if you're somebody that just wants to buy, throw it offline on a hardware wallet and just wait for about a year, then you can buy at any point. This video, however, is just about kind of short to mid-term trading. The majority of my crypto personally is stored offline on a hardware wallet. But yeah, AVAX looks really good, obviously. We're at a key level right here. Just watch for this level to break. And then once it does, I anticipate a big rally. The last video I did, I covered Dogecoin, and the previous video I did on Dogecoin, I mentioned pretty much the same thing, that we were at a level of resistance and just watch for the break. Well, the break happened on Dogecoin and now it's pumping very hard today. So yeah, just watch out for this break on AVAX. Another thing worth mentioning for people that like to trade the patterns, the projected target for this descending channel breakout is, actually I'll just calculate that right now. Just measure the distance from the low and the high of the range here. Basically the width of the channel, and then you project that from the breakout point. So that's going to be, if I straighten that out a bit, that's going to be around $34. I mainly just trade support, resistance levels, and Fibonacci because a lot of these times these levels don't end up hitting. Actually, you know what? Was that the 50% retracement? Let me double check that. It is. That's interesting. Okay, that brings us right to the 50% retracement level. So yeah, the breakout target from this descending channel is the 50% retracement, where I did mention that it's possible to come up here and then maybe that's where we get a bit of a sell-off and a retrace back down to retest this broken level of resistance as support. So yeah, that is the 50% retracement level. So keep this in mind. It's about $35. Just under, actually. It's about $34.38 or so. Okay, so that's just a quick update on AVAX. To summarize, I'm not going to look for a short right now because it doesn't give me a good enough R&R. It was just like a 1 to 1.3 or something like that, and I had to risk a lot on the trade. I'm just going to wait for a break of these levels of resistance, and then I'm going to hopefully get an opportunity to buy the retest. Okay, so hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, you might want to do that because the market's starting to heat up, and I'm going to try and do at least 2 videos a day. So when I see a breakout or when I see something that you may not be looking at, if you're subscribed, you're going to get the notification, and then I may show you something on a chart that you weren't even looking at. So yeah, if you want to get the notifications, click subscribe, but you also have to click the bell and then click on all. If you don't do that, you're not going to get notified. So everything I just said goes out the window. Also, if you want a place to trade Avalanche and pretty much any of the other coins I talk about on this channel, I put a link to 3 different exchanges in both the pinned comment and the description. All 3 are offering you guys sign-up bonuses, but if you don't want to do KYC, you're running out of options. There's not very many centralized exchanges that allow you to trade without submitting your documents. One of them that allows it currently is called BingX. The link in the description for BingX will get you up to a $5,000 deposit bonus, depending on how much you decide to trade with. However, I should mention, as I usually do, I recommend that you keep the majority of your crypto stored safely on a hardware wallet, and then if you're going to trade, only do so with a small percentage of your overall portfolio, especially now that it seems like we're coming into the bull market. Also, you may need a VPN if you're in crypto, just depending on your location. So I put a link to a promotion on a VPN, again, in the pinned comment and the description. All right, guys, hopefully you found this helpful. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.